Hello drama lovers, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like and follow our account. Breaking news. What happens when a star who once lit up millions of hearts is suddenly taken away too soon? Tonight, we dive into the heartbreaking truth behind the tragic passing of Yu Menglong, beloved actor, singer, and a soul who gave more light than the world ever knew. From the final photos that went viral, to the tearful confession of his makeup artist, and the tidal wave of love from fans across the globe, this is a story of loss, but also of eternal remembrance. The news broke like a thunderclap. Yu Menglong, known to so many as Alan Yu, had passed away. At first, it felt impossible to believe. He was too young, too full of life, too deeply woven into the fabric of K-drama and C-drama culture to simply vanish. For fans, Yu Menglong wasn't just another actor. He was the dreamlike crown prince in Go Princess Go, the loyal and tender immortal in Eternal Love, the gentle scholar in The Legend of White Snake, and the romantic artist in Love Scenery. Each role wasn't just a performance, it was a piece of himself. His soft smile, the quiet warmth in his eyes, the way he carried emotions with such subtlety, they made audiences feel safe, seen, and understood. But behind the curtain of fame, there were struggles he rarely let the world see. Rumors of exhaustion had circulated before. Long hours on set, packed schedules, and the immense pressure to keep his image spotless. Fans worried, but Menglong always reassured them with kindness. His last Weibo post, a simple message of gratitude to his supporters, now reads like a bittersweet farewell. Then came the confirmation. His trusted makeup artist finally broke the silence. With trembling words, she revealed that Menglong had been battling overwhelming stress and fatigue. He carried so much on his shoulders, she confessed. But he never wanted to burden anyone. He always said, "I'll be fine. Don't worry about me." Those words cut deep. Because every fan, every co-star, every friend who ever knew Yu Menglong, now can't help but wish they had noticed more, asked more, loved more loudly when they had the chance. Photos began surfacing online. His last public appearance, his final days on set. He looked radiant, as always, but his eyes seemed heavier, as if hiding stories too painful to tell. Those images went viral, not because of shock, but because fans clung to them as proof that he was real, that he smiled for them one last time, that he left behind something eternal. And when the reality sank in, grief came crashing like a tidal wave. Fans from Beijing to Seoul, from Jakarta to Los Angeles, lit candles, created memorial spaces, and flooded social media with tributes. Hashtags with his name trended worldwide. People shared clips of their favorite scenes, his laugh, his tears, his quiet gestures that spoke louder than words. For a moment, the entire fandom became one united heartbeat, echoing the same question: why him, why now? But grief isn't only about loss, it's also about remembrance. And that's where Menglong's story takes us next, into the legacy he left behind, and the ways people around the world are refusing to let his light fade. Transition into segment 2. Because while the pain is raw, the tributes flooding in prove one thing: Yu Menglong may be gone, but his story is far from over. The tributes began pouring in from everywhere. Not just fans, but fellow actors, singers, directors, people who had worked alongside Yu Menglong and witnessed the quiet kindness he carried every day. One co-star recalled, "He never complained, not once. Even after long nights of filming, he'd share his snacks, make us laugh, or help staff carry heavy equipment. He treated everyone the same, no matter who they were." Another actress, who played opposite him in Love Scenery, broke down during a live stream. Through tears, she whispered, "He was pure. Too pure for this industry. And now he is gone, and we'll never find another like him." On fan forums, stories surfaced of small encounters with Yu Menglong, moments that, to the fans, meant the world. One fan described meeting him at an airport. "I was nervous, holding my album for him to sign. He noticed my hands shaking. He smiled, touched my hand gently, and said, 'It's okay. I'm just a person, too.' I'll never forget that." These were the details that turned grief into devotion. Yu Menglong wasn't remembered for scandals or controversies. He was remembered for kindness, for humility, for being the rare kind of star who seemed untouched by arrogance. And then came the global tributes. In Seoul, a group of K-pop idols paid silent respect during a fan meet, dedicating their performance to his memory. In Manila, fans gathered in a park, releasing white balloons into the sky. In New York, candles lined the steps of a cultural center, where fans screened eternal love on a giant projector and sobbed together under the night sky. On Weibo and Twitter, his name dominated hashtags. Words like "Forever Yu Menglong" and "Alan Yu Forever in Our Hearts" trended for days. The digital world became a river of sorrow, memories, and love. And yet, within that sorrow was something strangely beautiful. It was the way fans leaned on each other, across languages and borders. The way strangers comforted strangers in comment sections. The way his legacy seemed to create a family out of millions who had never met. Transition into segment 3. But the deepest tribute wasn't from fans or co-stars. It came from the very people who had worked closest with him: his team, his stylists, his lifelong friends. And in their words, we find the final, most heartbreaking chapter of this story. Yu Menglong's closest circle described him as gentle, almost to a fault. His manager admitted, he hated saying no. Even when he was exhausted, he pushed through. He didn't want to disappoint anyone. His stylist remembered the last day she worked with him. He smiled as always, but I noticed his hands trembling when he thought no one was watching. I wanted to ask, but he just said, "I am okay."